stages. I've got project manage stages. Go. Kunganshi. Manage stages. Yeah, it's at the mid. It's the bottom middle of your project. Make sure you are connected. If not, you stay in one place. So have you seen it, Kungani? Go to projects. Projects. Under projects. No, guys, don't go on nothing animal. Go projects. Click in projects. In case go inside projects, Winka. Jekasa. Jekasa. Yeah, okay, Koma view. But I didn't get my view. Yeah, well, sorry. View, okay. You can use this view, but I think for now, let's not confuse you. Hard view. Yeah, one of the Shini. I got manage stages. Manage stages. I got manage stages. Have you seen manage stages? Yes, except those that have been cancelled or abandoned. Or number like Kumeba. Am I anybody that is under implementation? Under one that you see it. Go. All projects that are ongoing or under implementation or completed, you see it. When I manage stages, please, anyone who has challenge in identifying the coach, kindly raise up his hand so that any project. Any project. Yes. Manage stages. Yes. So we are doing this so that we can improve the quality. Go. Stage 1 is what? Identification. Go. Under stage 1, I can identification. Under identification, manage stages. Who has not seen that? Who is not with us, please? Identification. Identification. Right? So just see, stage 1 is identification. Cool? Under identification, that's the first life cycle of a project. Cool? Under identification, okay, scrolling zakuga suna A1 consultancy for the design of kaza Zaria ko wannan sunan project din ne. In muna so mu canza mu dan rage mashi girma za mu rage mashi girma ko we can reduce the size of it. Ko number 2, it tells us the owner, which is Ministry of Public Works. That is fine, right? We can leave it. Construction type is construction ko. Implementation pa ko gani? Project status. Za ku iya canzawa misali. Can you change it? Are you able to change it? The status. You can't change it ba? In ka so ku canza ake canza. Allah za mu ko za ka canza, za ka canza? Ake canza ba me yasa? Who can tell me why? Okay, let me see. No, okay, sorry. So change it to country. So I'll show you why it's not changing, but for now I want you to just follow with me, please. We'll get there. Stage 1 is identification. Go. That you've already identified your project. So because you know your project. But I'll teach you how to change it if you want to change it, but not now. But just stage 2 preparation. Yes. Look at your left hand side, you see preparation. You see preparation. Stage 2 preparation. Cool? Stage 2 is preparation when you are preparing for the project. Imagine it's a new project. Cool? Any feasibility study. You call a feasibility study in same project you upload. So you go to select the document, say Kugani. Any analysis na document. Project approval. Yes, click on the preparation. It takes you to a place. In akwai budget approval. Ko? In akwai feasibility study na project zamu yi upload. Ko? In akwai social impact analysis zamu yi upload. za akwai procurement plan za mu yi uploading. Kun gane? Yawwa. Amma yanzu zan bar ku gaskiya za akwai tender za mu iya sa evidence na. Za akwai tender za mu iya sa evidence na tender. Kuma wala abu na da amfani. Because when you are no longer in government and you are summoned, you are summoned by the authorities above, you are able to show evidence of these things. These things are very important because they are records for you to keep. Yawa, shi ka gane. Sai da ba su kawai sai su duba kawai. Tender gashi can, wancan gashi can, wancan gashi can. It's very important for disclosure. You have evidence of all your tender process and the process of your contract, right? I have taken you munje tender, next implementation. Now, under implementation, kun ga yadda za mu canza status ɗin ko? Ba za ku canza a project, anan ne za ku canza. If the project is ongoing, nan za ku sa shi. So assignment number 1, wannan implementation details ne, wancan ko is the status of the project. Daban. One is project status, one is implementation. Yanzu na ake yanzu. Yes. So yanzu za ku koma wannan Excel sheet ɗin nan naku. Ku duba wannan completion status ɗin nan sai ku sa wannan shi. Ko ongoing, ko not started, ko delayed, ko duka. So sai mu sassa su in naka completed ne duka sai ka je ka sa completed ɗin kawai. Za ka yi ƙara wannan. Wannan implementation status ne. Yau wato ku sa guda ɗaya. Okay. Na? Delay, ka sa ku delay a template now. Let me just put it. You need to add one of the status. Dole mu sa lingua na koya.
It shouldn't be an abundance.
Okay, just delete.
That comes
Right now. So delete, no? Yeah. Yeah. So hope you are putting your this and engineer has already explained to us what delay is and what I would like to talk about again what cancel is. So engineer over the difference between cancel and delay. I think it might be
okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think there are two different words: abandoned project and delayed project. Ideally, there is no any project that will call it abandoned project, because if a project is abandoned by a contractor, the procuring entity is supposed to terminate that contract. But delayed, it could be delayed due to cash backing. Maybe the contractor has not been paid. There is no available cash backing in the state, or due to other force majeure issues. Cash backing issue is still part of cash backing issues. But abandon, there is nothing like abandon contracts.
So Fulajigo, there's nothing like abandoned contracts. So please, just take one of your projects, the one that you have looked at, go to your Excel sheet and update the status of that project into this platform. Implementation and remember there is a completion date. For all completed projects in that template is a completion date. Cool? Muka duba Excel sheet nan akwai babu? Akwai da Allah mu sa shi ma. For that one project, put the status and the completion date. Yes, well, we'll get there. That is under maintenance section of the stage. We are now at implementation. So at the implementation stage, we will put the status of the project and the dates that project has been completed. Right? If it's ongoing, you don't need to put a date scope. Because ongoing project it means that so, but for all completed projects, we should have the estimated. Yes. Start and stop. Oh? Yeah. Yes. Yes. So remember, we've already uploaded that at the beginning, right? If you remember our Excel template, we had start and end dates. But go to your identification. Thank you for noting that. Please, everybody should go back to identification. If you finish the status, go back to identification. When you have a project, that is where you identify the start and end date. Not when you are implementing. The first time that project has been identified, already the project is starting January, it's finishing in February.
That's the biggest challenge usually have.
Exactly, because we don't know.
Period.
Exactly.
Not.
Exactly. So, but just in case, if you know, if you go to identification, if you scroll down, project timeline, under project timeline, you see start date and end dates. You see the timelines for the project. Identification start date and identification end date. So, if you know the start date and end date, when that project is created, you go and post it. Because you know.
Date of award different from start.
Exactly. So that's why remember there are two different start dates. There's the project start date, which is not the award,
Yes.
right, and the end date of the project. There is also identification phase timeline. Go. She did look at the like about a contract. You put that date, and also when you expect that to end. So there are two different dates there. One for the project, one for the contract.
That's usually what
Yes, for contract agreement, exactly. Yes. So this, in fact, we'll get there. This one is for education. What is the project? When is this project expected to start? When is it expected to end? It does not mean that that project started when it was supposed to start, and when it's supposed to end. So I'm taking you through the 8 stages of procurement. Oh? So now we are going back to our stages, meaning one under identification. Now we are back to implementation. Oh? Under implementation, we've said we should put the status of the project. Go answer status. Completed. Put that date.
Yes.
Perfect. Bob? Okay, Bob. So we can leave it to Bob. I think it's there. So check. It is on the template. I think if you have completed, you see the completed dates. A template. A template is the book about the first template that we gave you. Not the one to upload to the system. The very first template, the master template, you see the completion date. At the very first one, I have question master in our WhatsApp. It's in our WhatsApp file.
Most of
That
them
is another thing to mark. Usually, once the contractor just say he has finished, that date is not usually really marked because he has successfully finished the project. Then you see that the date is not actually stated in any template or recorded by the ministry. You just say, okay, since he has finished his supply or finished the construction, we don't usually mark that date in the project.
Are you with me? Are you with me? Date of completion. Ready? We probably know to see whether people are doing. Yeah, date of completion. Ready? Yes, Gashina, so the column is actual completion date. Is there. For every project that is completed, we have the actual completion date. Please put it there, your completion date. Go. Munsa? Okay, great. So now we are going to Musa. Musa. Now we are going to the amount spent. How much was spent by the contractor? Current actual expenditure by the contractor. Yes. Yes, the amount that you actually spent. That's not payment. Wait. Yes, that value, that is one. So that is the value of work done. So if you have that value of work done, please put it there. And put the type of amount it is. Is it naira? Is it kobo? I want a naira there. Go naira there. And then I put dollar to outside dollar. Are you with me?
Yes.
Then there's implementation documents. Usually the contractor sends completed reports. Oh?
Is it completed or inception?
Yes, all that. It sends inception report, meet report, all of that you can add there. Oh? So like here, you can just add all those reports that contractor did. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Is anybody lost? We update. Remember that's when we update them. We update that section. Update implementation. Go. To update it.
So I'm not on the first project.
Am I too fast?
No.
Check which one.
Okay, so I'm going to the next stage.
Please ask questions if it's not clear.
So I'm scrolling down to contracts. Go. Now, contracts is where we now add contracts, right? We are giving the thing out. We know which company did we give, sir. Don't ask one company we can have. But may issue no contract. I'm gonna so cool. I'm coming to contract details. Go. There are times where the project title is different from the contract name. True or false? Exactly. So in this instance, this is where you put the name that they gave the contractor. Maybe the name of the project is expansion of Cow Bridge. But when they gave me the contract for me, they told me putting solar street lights. It does not mean I'm the only one doing that project. Right? Go. I'm just part of the project. So that we don't so that is where you put the contract details if you know it. Right? The contract scope. What is my contract number? If you know. So that's why you can have many contracts. So under expansion of Cow Bridge, they will give a mother cat or hanya. Lot 1, 2. These are about the solar street light. These are about Master Flower, lot 3. These are about Master Painting Flyover, lot 4. All of us constitutes the project. That one project. Yes. So that one brings, you see that there are many people out there. So that is where you add all of the contracts and the contract. Go. If right now we don't know, go say oh. If you know, please, if you know, share you can add. If you don't know, let's leave it to. Finally, contractor. We can add contractor either. Oh, for this project, under your template, you have the contractor name. True or false? So please add the contractor name there. If you have the ID, you can add. We don't have the ID. If it's a local or international contractor, please add. Template. On the Excel template, there is the contractor's name. Please, you can add it there. Yes, on the form. You say, yeah, just add yes, add contracts, and they'll show you the form. Yeah. So go to the contractor. It's called whether contractor.
So can just write any for this.
No. It's on the templates. That particular project that you're on, go to the contractor and add it. Go. I'm going contractor on one project. Excel template number, no contractor. Go. Yeah, one. No go share site. So we'll add the contractor name. So you can see that disclosure is not only about uploading projects. Oh, sending like identification, like a panel, add the documents. As a result, people online is very important, especially for us public servants. It's very important. If anything, keep this thing as your tool. So, teacher, come on, I can give you an example. I was the special advisor to the Minister of Finance some 4 or 5 years ago, and we had a project that we did on Shopee. On Shopee, yes. And we were summoned to come and explain what happened to Shopee money. Right? But because we had a system like this, we just had to show the reports and we're safe. If we had no report, we must explain together. And mind you, we were at, when I was the essay to the minister, I was at planning. I didn't have anything to do with the money. It's the implementing agency. But I was still summoned to explain what happened to Shopee bosses. I didn't implement, but as a monitoring evaluation, I give clearance for free. Right? So it's important for you. These things are important. Keep record. Right? So we can continue. I hope all of you are quiet. Oh, you're following? Okay. How about not scaring you? So we go down to, so we've done contractor, and that is important. So we now add the contractor as part of our full disclosure. So next, yes. Yes, you can create contracts because now you know that's your contractor. You are adding the person. So I'm going next. Now what have you done? We have logged in the tender, we have logged in the implementation status. We are good to go. Go like anybody who asks us about this project, we know the project. Oh, I can check look at project and their tender, okay, you haven't okay cashing the evidence is on the ground. The next thing we'll do is what completion. Right? We go to completion stage. So our private sector, for example, is also accusing people. So when the I selected 10 jobs, no, I must open border. We took the most responsible person as part of it. We got to completion. Now, in completion, the project has been completed. And for projects that have been completed, this is an opportunity for us to talk about the end date of that project, the final value of the project, the scope of the project, and the beneficiaries of the project, and the documentation of the project. So you can see under basic information, it's just basic information. And when you add the value, final value in the contract, final scope in the contract in the code, you have that there, and it's there for you to use. In according document not completion, you can add it. Completion certificate, all that. Well, it's very important, especially for us procurement people. It's very important. Very important. I'm really sure, and I'll take this as a live example. All of the work currently that I'm doing now is I'm trying to support the VPP to reform their procurement. There's this EGP system. Remember it? Yes. Just wasted money. Nigeria just wasted money. So we are trying to recreate that again and again. This is important. Yes, the local portal for the EGP. Yes. Yes. You should not forget. Yes. So what you have is really good. Voila. Yeah. EGP. Yes, I know. I know. There's a World Bank voila that I'm discussing with World Bank who are. But the thing is that what I'm saying is that this system and us are not but Nigerian government is reforming its entire project, dropping EGP and using the system. But this system actually gives you disclosure. Similar disclosure that PPP is doing right now. So this is important. This is very important for the work that you do. We move to the next stage, maintenance. So, sir, this is where the maintenance is the effect liability period of the project, right? You talk about maintenance. This is where you put your maintenance period. Is the project a 3 months project or a 6 month project or a 10-year project? Whatever till you put the dates. Unsanctified defect liability period is answer. Go. So this is the next stage of the maintenance. So you can see it accommodates for defect liability. So add those also as defect liability. Also for those. Then finally we have the commissioning. In the commissioning, contractor has finished his work, he has handed over to government, is going. Go. You can also put that data. So you can see we have moved from all the 8 stages of disclosure. Tender identification, the commissioning. So this is the work that we do. And this is an important tool. One life for you to keep record. Because sometimes your system can crash. It's not by force for you to publish this one. I'm not saying publishing will allow KADPPA to do, but at least you have it on ground. Cool? Which is very important. So we keep your team. Sorry, civil society and transparency. I apologize. But we have gone through the process of disclosure. Easily we've gone through the 8 process of disclosure. From identification down to cancellation. And this takes us to the end of the training, but you have to promise me before we close that you go back and fill this. Some of these disclosure items, what they're looking at because the system is yours, you're not going to access the system. Actually, anytime you want to get your data, you just search it and you take it out and do your thing. This system is a fully Kaduna system. No engineer, the system is fully hosted by Kaduna, it's fully hosted by KADPPA, it's fully hosted by client and project. So it's not going anywhere. It's state-owned project, it's state-owned platform that you can feel safe to keep. Yes. I didn't see any provision. Yes, so I think that is an important thing. Please, Ogamusa, please let's create a position for pictures. Because I want to see the picture. Even though OC for ID standard, maybe it's only the data structure that they want, but also Kaduna we want pictures. On the project. Project translation or implementation. Yeah, no, what's the project? The picture of the project. As part of completion. As part of completion, we want to see our picture of the project.
I don't understand.
Exactly. Yes. You see, yes.
Innovation before and after.
A filter, so there are some filter is also we have to optimize the filter in the search. Filter is also we have to optimize the filter in the search. Ability to be able to search projects, to search by any word, any keyword. That's very important.
For innovation before and after pictures. Right?
So exactly, allow us to for the picture also. Please allow us to choose before and after. This can be a very important tool for us.
We attach that to company profile.
Exactly. So where do we think company profile will come at? Which stage?
Tender.
Tender. Are you sure it's tender? Under tender, we are advertising there. Under tender, we are advertising there. Under preparation, that's what a company profile. It does, but you have a very valid point. What if where would you have if it was allowed, if the engineer allows it, where would you put it?
Since there is the name and the address.
Yeah. But what implementation, right? You can
What about the contractor's contact?
Yeah, exactly. During implementation, she's right. You can put it under implementation. Because if you go to implementation, let me show you. Under implementation, yes, there's an implementation details, there's a contractor details. You can add it there. There are documents for contractor to add. Even though there's no names. Yes.
The need. What's the need?
The profile is also important.
Yeah,
If you
because
want
evaluation
someone to know,
Yeah?
if the contractor is somebody with network, the contractor can decide to do something wrong somewhere and pick a contract he cannot. But once you have access to his profile, you can tell if this person is somebody that has done something wrong somewhere. You can
And your profile.
Ah,
No, that is used physically.
You get the profile. You know that you have to put it in his profile.
So,
You know that.
are we trying to get?
so what
Alex,
house? One house.
Mr. Alex, what are we trying to get in uploading someone's company profile? Because we are actually not uploading any document unless it's going to make some meaningful something out of it to the states. We can use company profile during evaluation, during pre-qualification to ascertain whether that contractor is pre-qualified, or during the course of evaluation. But there is evaluation report that will be uploaded on the system.
And
Yes.
criteria is what determines what you are doing, not your profile. Criteria required.
Because what company profile, maybe just for the company profile, I think Oga is here, chairman, Contractors Association. It's just a collection of documents, relevant documents related to that company. That's
So let me be a devil's advocate. What of the regulatories? I know the evaluation report tells you that the evaluation tells that he has all the regulatory. What if the contract profile also shows evidence that he has those tax clearance, he has all those things? Can we add it? The company profile will show you all his legal documentations. It says he has it. You can, on your evaluation report, you can claim he has it.